Welcome to Wellness and More of You, part two of tuning demonstration. So, today we're going to start with how I know what field to work in. And this little pendulum is going to tell me. Our energy bounces off of our body and out to 6 feet in our field. So, when I'm close to the body, this pendulum, we're going to start in the center and then go on each side of the center, and it's going to tell me what is open, and this is how it looks. It's going to tell me if it's a closed door. Closed door is back and forth. And then it's going to tell me if there's no energy at all in that field, it's just going to stay still. Okay. In practicing this, I know that I know, and you can watch, that it is not me doing this pendulum. Okay, you will see the different energy waves happening, and you'll watch my hand. I am not moving. Now, going into the field, I have to have it moving, and then it will line up and it will do what it does. But watch and see. I'm not going to be moving my hands at all. Okay, we're going to start at my client's feet. Just going to move this so you can see. And I'm coming into the center, and it's deciding that it's open. It's a circle. I'm going to go on the left side. It's a circle. The right side is completely shut down. It went to a complete stop, sorry. So I write on my sheet each field what is happening. Now we're going to go to the knees. I'm going in, and it is a line, a closed door. Left side completely shut down. Right side completely shut down. Okay, we're going to do the 5 centers of the body, starting at the root. Closed door, no energy, no energy. When I walk away, I have to write things down. Sacral is no energy, no energy. Okay, across the board on the sacral is no energy. Solar plex, no energy. All across the board. So we are going to be doing some tuning on my client today. Okay, heart center, no energy. She had a very, very rough month. Okay, so this is what happens when we get too stressed out or we just have a busy month. We will be talking in the future about how to keep our energy fields open and how to take self-care. I'll be doing some videos on that. Okay, throat chakra. That's a closed door. We've got energy, it's moving. It's not completely open, but at least the energy is there. Same on the left, same on the right. Third eye. That's shut down. Both sides are shut down. Top of the head. Closed door. Left side is shut down. Okay, I'm going to turn and just talk to you for a moment. This video is only going to be 15 minutes long. When I shut down the video is only because tuning can take an hour long, if not longer, just on one field. It would be boring to you to watch that. But I wanted to give you an overview of what the tuning is like in the field. And Elaine Day Music on YouTube is my teacher, my school in which I was certified through, and you can look her up for further information also. So, what we do is we're going to find out which field in the center has no energy at all. Starting from the bottom, it will be the sacral. So now I have to decide which side to work on. Actually, the pendulum is going to tell me. Let me turn you one more time, sorry. So at the sacral, sorry, I have to, nope, thought I had a sneeze. So at the sacral, I'm going to go to one side. And my intention is whatever side needs to be worked on, it's going to move and it's going to tell me that's the side to work on. So I'm going to start on the left side. Does the left side need to be worked on? It's not, it's barely moving. And no, it's hard to see. Barely moving. Let me go to the right side. On the sacral, it is moving a lot more than on the left side. So we're going to start on the right side of her sacral. And that's how I know what side to work on first. The body is a computer, it knows all things. And it will tell you what it wants and what it needs. It's pretty amazing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out 6 feet from her right side sacral. The right side is dad's side. The left side is mom's side. And I'm going to show you and talk to you about that in a second. But first I'm going to show you 6 feet out. Take my arm and stretch them out. I eyeball it and I go 6 feet. And here we are. We're going to start with the 174 hertz tuning fork, the activator. And as we tune, we're going to feel generationally first, right before she was conceived, what is going on in her field. And it will be on her father's side. So we're going to find and feel generationally what's going on. And I can feel the energy in the fork, and I can also hear the energy. I use kinesiology to find out certain things in the field. Right now, on the edge of her field, she has 3 doors that are open generationally. Doors meaning things generationally can still come into her field. So I'm going to close those doors. And there are also ties and cords to be cut. There are no ties and cords in this case to be cut, just 3 doors. And this is all energy work. The tuning fork will help smooth out all this constriction that is ready to be released in her field. So I gently move the fork up and down just to feel around. Sometimes it's really noisy, very loud. Sometimes it goes really, really super low. And that low energy could be grief, depression. The higher energy sounds could be anger or frustration. Um, I have 200 different emotions that charts that I can use kinesiology and muscle check what emotions if it is stuck. If it is stuck, I intentionally release those emotions, any entities around those emotions, and the tuning goes a lot smoother. So, right now, there's nothing to be released emotionally that's strong enough to do that. I'm just going to let the tuning fork do its clearing. Okay, any blocks, walls, because I don't feel the tuning fork being able to go any further. That's kind of like a wall. That's all being worked through. There is nothing on dad's side that is open into her field that I need to cancel out. So the tuning is doing a beautiful job at this point. Well, I also checked to see if like in the womb, does the womb have to be expanded out for me to go in and tune in more detail? And it's saying no. So um, her field is coming back and telling me I ask yes and no questions. So her field will tell me and it picks it up. So if there's any questions on kinesiology, you can certainly look that up and it'll explain further what all that means. So now I'm able to push through her field easily. This is a good thing. About halfway through will be half her age. So her dad, generationally, when she was conceived, and then up to 10 years old, I moved from 10 to 20 years old and 20 to 30. So if she's 65, 32, what, 32 and a half is halfway point. I know where I am on the timeline and what's going on. Outside of this video, if a person wants to be just relaxed and they don't want me to share anything during this session, I don't. I certainly go over the session afterwards and let them know what I was finding. And before I move on too far, I don't go past like a 5 year span before I go back and I double check what's going on because I just want to be thorough, no residual left over. I want to go back and check and see how it's feeling, how it's sounding. When I hear those pitches, I like just to stay right there, let the tuning fork stay, and just smooth out that constriction. Remember, this is all stored energy. Everything we've ever been through experientially in our life is stored in our field, 6 feet out. And also on our body and in our body. I will tune organs, and that will be a video coming up also. How do I tune organs? It's fascinating. It's really quite exciting. So I'm listening for a smooth tone. I'm hoping this video picks up some of the tone that I'm hearing. Coming upon a halfway point, coming into her 30s. When I stop like that, that means there's too much constriction. I want to take it slow. I want to be very aware of where that constriction is. I want to show you 2 weighted forks. The weights are on the ends. You cannot hear them as much as me. I can feel them. They vibrate. So sometimes I go in, this is the coarse sandpaper. The fork I was just using is the medium sandpaper. And then we have smaller forks, about half the size, that fine tunes the field. So I use these usually together. And activating them, I can go side by side, or I can go up and down. And I can just feel what's going on in her field. If something is too heavy, then I go in with the weighted forks, and it helps to break it up better. The field is doing great. It doesn't feel too heavy, but it is nice to go in and just break up a little bit there. I'm going to go back to the medium size, medium grade fork, just to show you some of the forks and how they're used in the field. It's working through smoothly through her 40s, 50s. It's moving quite easily. I don't feel any walls or blocks. I'm just going up and down slowly so that I can feel what's below and above that direct line. We're getting to her 60s, and we only do this field tuning 10 inches from her body. Feeling around, listening. When I'm coming to the end, before I go into her center energy field, I'm going to muscle check, make sure I do not go back, or I don't need to go back. I don't need to go back. So we're doing really good. Just stay here for a minute before I go in to her center field, and then I'm going to be columning up. So this is going pretty quick. I'm actually kind of glad because then I can show you how I column up, because I only wanted to do a 15-minute video. So I'm going to hold out. If you can hold out, I'm going to show you how I finish up this field. Okay. It's feeling really good. I'm going to come in to her sacral energy field right below the belly button. I'm just going to put the biophotons, they're called. It's the particles in the energy field that are broken up. We're going to integrate them back into her body. And then we're going to column them up. Make sure this field right in front of her is clear and out into her biofield. I'll explain why later. At this point, I'm going to turn on the light so you can see better. I wait to hear the tone before I shift. It's sounding pretty good. It's a little bit low. I'm going to do it a couple more times. Really tuning that center sacral energy field. Beautiful, beautiful work. Now I'm just going to hover over that energy field. Let it do what it needs to do. Listen for the tone. It's sounding even. It doesn't sound pitchy, too low or too high. So I'm going to start columning very slowly. And listening for low and high pitches. All the way up and out. And it sounded smooth all the way through. I double check, I muscle check, anything else, no. So what happens is that in the biofield, our objective and intention when we're clearing with the tuning fork is that her energy is flowing down the center of her body, out her feet, out to the biofield, because it circles back down through. Same thing going up the body. So we want that energy to be open in the center. That's why we do that first. We're going to come, the energy is going to come and up her body as going down. So it's the same thing, up and down, out into her biofield. She's got this energy flow going. So tuning just opens up that constricted energy all the way from when she was conceived into her body. And if there's 9 center fields, there's going to be 18 fields to do, one on each side of those 9. So this is a once or twice a month process. You can do it weekly, it depends on your budget. Um, but I highly recommend at least once to twice a month. And there's a lot to work through with everybody. And the older that you are, of course, there's going to be more to work through. But this is what tuning is all about. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, thank you. And we will see you in the next video. Take care. Have a good day.